Well, lots to say here, Joe. First of all, the one thing, Willie gave the count of that secret ballot. He left out the fact there was one person who, even in the secret ballot, voted present on the Liz Cheney thing. That's still my favorite thing of the whole day yesterday. Someone who, in the secret ballot, I'll bet dollars to donuts that the person who voted present on Liz Cheney may have been Kevin McCarthy. But let's put that aside. Also, not just Jewish lasers, it's Jewish space lasers, Joe. They're not just Jewish lasers. Yes. They're Jewish lasers from space that caused the California wildfires. Let's get that clear. What's the answer here on her? What's the last thing, just to set this up? Yesterday, Kevin McCarthy not only didn't take the layup, Joe, not only didn't do what was obviously the right thing to do morally, ethically, politically for the party and for the country, he tried to blame Democrats. He spent all day yesterday saying that Democrats are doing this terrible thing. Democrats are trying to strip her of her committee chairmanship. That's unprecedented. And he spent the day, rather than taking responsibility himself and leading his own party in the House, and spent the day trying to lay this thing off on Democrats. So that's what he's going to do today, too. So, having said all that, what's the answer here? Why? The answer is that Marjorie Taylor Greene did something really smart this weekend. She got on Twitter and she said, I've been talking to Donald Trump, and Donald Trump's got my back. Donald Trump's a big supporter of me. I'm on the phone with him. Me and Donald Trump. She pulled Trump close to her. And if you want to understand what's going on here, you said, well, so you can understand fear of a president. There's still fear among all of these House Republicans. There's fear of Donald Trump's ghost. There's fear of the possibility that Donald Trump has such a hold, and there's reason to be afraid of it. They look at the polling. They see the degree of loyalty in the Republican base to Donald Trump, even now that he's out of office, and they fear that Donald Trump, in the next 2 years, could still endorse a primary challenger on their right, and that they would have political problems. It's craven. It's absurd. It's focused more on their own political interests, not on the party's interests, not on all the things you laid out. But that's what it's all about. She saved herself by hugging Donald Trump, and Trump has not said a word to suggest that he's not entirely in. He could easily have distanced himself from Marjorie Taylor Greene. He does not, never has, loves QAnon, has always been for it. So that's the answer. It's the Trump factor. Yet again, we thought Trump was gone. Trump's not gone. Trump's still the major political animating force in the Republican Party. For Kevin McCarthy, who flew down there and kissed the ring just the other day, it's as clear as day. It's appalling, and it's self-destructive, but it's what's going on.
Yeah, which actually reminds me that Donald Trump, the person that she embraced, again, let's never forget, is the insurrectionist that was a co-conspirator to the cop killer. The guy that killed the cop.
Yes, sir.
The guy that murdered that police officer, and the other terrorist that brutalized a police officer with an American flag, that was responsible for the mayhem in the Capitol. Donald Trump, co-conspirator to those cop killers. So I guess these Republicans are scared of a cop killer co-conspirator in Donald Trump, because everybody that's watching right now knows that police officer would still be alive today if it were not for Donald Trump. You can't blame that on Jewish space lasers, kids. That cop was killed by a cop killer, a MAGA cop killer, because of Donald Trump. And so she's embracing that. And not only that, Willie, we saw the list of the things that she did. She was interviewed the day after the MAGA cop killer killed the cop. She was interviewed the day after a Trump supporter, a Trump terrorist, battered another police officer with an American flag. She was there the day after that chaos led to so many deaths and injuries among police officers and others. And what did she say in the interview on January the 7th? I wouldn't change a thing. Do it all over again.